This is a special video today to celebrate 10 subscribers to my YouTube channel. So we're going to go over my tool cart top level as a celebration for 10 viewers. I use this tool cart to work on Toyota vehicles, 01 Camry and a 2000 Tundra. So starting on the left, this is a small screwdriver, China, generic. I find these small screwdrivers are incredibly useful when working on cars to either pick crust around a fitting or to use as a screwdriver. Just you need a small pocket screwdriver, and I like the long handle extension. This is just a standard Pittsburgh flathead. These are the Vessel Impacta JSI Phillips type screwdriver. I got the size 2 and size 3. I probably should have got size 1. But working on Japanese cars, I heard that these are a requirement. I thought these are the best ones with the full tang and Impacta option. So this is a wobble extension, 1/2 inch icon. A lot of these tools and these rails are dictated by how big the hole is. I kind of tried to use a format that made sense. Now the 1/2 inch wobble extension icon, haven't used these at all, but they fit in these hole slots, and for now, this is what I'm going with my top setup. This is a 3/8 breaker bar icon. So the idea is for this top shelf to have ratchets and sockets used for everyday maintenance on Toyotas. I don't have to open any drawers, and if I'm working with oily stuff, everything's clean, can be wiped clean, no handles, and the chrome handles are the ones that fit in the holes. So that's an icon 3/8 long handle flex head, works great. This is my old trusty Craftsman ratchet that I used from day one. Planning to replace it with a bunch of new Koken ratchets, but so far this one still holds a place on the top level of the cart. Here I'm going to grab a pipe that I used as a cheater bar throughout my 20 years of wrenching before I had all these tools. I just recently used it this weekend on a 10mm Allen wrench, so it'd be nice to get a smaller one that fits more snug, but that's what I got, that's what I used. Works great. Love the action on this ratchet. It's pretty loose and crappy. I don't like the angles that cut into your hand, but not complaining. USA Craftsman original ratchet 3/8, just a lot of nostalgia for that thing. Still has a place. So this is my 3/8 stubby Tekton, approximately $25 ratchet, $20 ratchet. A little sticky on the switch, but pretty good. I don't like the quick release, but at the time I was ordering inexpensive ratchets, and this Tekton fit the bill. So it was my stubby. I've since replaced it with a Koken, but I have a drawer dedicated to all my Koken tools, and so all these are still on the top shelf of my cart. This is a 1/2 inch breaker bar, about 18 inches, icon, polished handle, works great, love it. I have a shorter version of a performance tool that I keep in my truck as my tire changing breaker bar. That might change, but for now this is the setup. So going over to the far right side in the back, I got a bunch of 1/4 inch extensions. These are not wobble, these are all icon. The original ones I had are super loose and sloppy, so I wanted to step up to mid-level range icon to go ahead and get a whole set of 1/4 inch extensions. I don't use these a lot, but like I said, they fit in the hole, and that's kind of what's dictating what tools go where. This is just, they're organized by length, so I got the longest one in the back, and then this icon shorter length non-wobble extension, and then I just keep going down. Another icon 1/4 inch. I like the European method where you just use 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch, but I do got quite a bit of 3/8, so those extensions are in the drawer somewhere. They just don't fit in the holes, so I would have those rather than the 1/4 inches out, but it's just not an option with this current tool cart, and I'm not going to drill out the holes to make them bigger to fit what I want. So this is a 1/2 inch non-wobble cobalt extension. I was just at the store one day, I thought it was useful, I'd buy it. So I just want to make sure I have all the extensions I need for any various jobs. But I notice on Toyotas there's plenty of access, and a lot of this stuff is just simply not necessary, but it's nice to have a full tool cart dedicated to this. This is actually the Duralast 1/2 inch extension I've used in the past. So this Duralast is an old extension I've had from the past that I found very useful. And this is a performance tool, smaller 1/2 inch extension. Also, I found this to be incredibly useful. I have a slightly longer one in my toolkit I keep in my truck for flattened spares, for changing out spare tire. Another 1/2 inch extension. So here's a very generic, cheap 1/4 inch ratchet. It's one that fits in the hole. It's all metal, so it can wipe the grease off easy. So it's not an ideal ratchet to use, but it is the one that's out on display on the tool cart, 1/4 inch. And then my trusty Great Neck RA12 1/2 inch ratchet. I bought this at least 10 years ago. I wanted to step up to have a 1/2 inch ratchet. It's very cheap and generic, but has a thumb spinner. It's not bad. It's earned its spot on my cart. I use it all the time. This is a 1/2 inch long handle flex head icon ratchet. Purchased this thinking I'd be done purchasing ratchets, but since then I've gotten into the Tekton, so I'm kind of buying a Tekton that's going to replace this, but I'll probably still leave it on the cart since the Tekons don't fit into the tool cart as easily, and I'm keeping them all in the drawer right now. This is a very long handle tone 1/2 inch flex head ratchet. Here's the part number right here, RH4FHX. It's got a push button release, which is not ideal, but that's how they come. The head is kind of small, so I doubt it can take a lot of torque, but I purchased it as a long lever handle for stubborn 1/2 inch bolts. I don't have a warranty on it, but I'm still gonna put some torque on it if need be. The time arises. So now that concludes all the drop-in holes, I'm gonna start on the left-hand side, 3/8 socket organizers. So this is kind of funny looking with the impacts and chrome on here. Basically what I did is I just put the impacts on the correct sizes. These are all Toyota sizes, 19, 17, 14, 12, 10 millimeter, and 8. And so the impacts all have the correct size, both deep and shallow, and then the chromes just kind of go next to it, whichever makes sense. So all the chromes are going to be off size. This is a unique one. This is a semi-deep. These are all icon, both impact and chrome, but the chrome I also have semi-deep in, so I just put those in whatever open slots were available based on my methodology of having the impacts on the correct size number, the chrome right next to it, and there are still a few available slots for the semi-deeps. So I just kind of populated those. But this system works pretty well for me. I just want to have all the proper sizes for Toyota. There's a box opener I use often. Magnetic tool in the back here. And then on the back, these are the 1/2 inch. So it goes from 27. Again, all icon impacts. So I got the 227s and then the corresponding chrome sockets right next to it in the wrong size. So, that might drive some people crazy, but once you get used to it, I'm just happy I have all my sizes for Toyota ready to go on top of the cart. These general silicone trays help when doing work. These are just some oddball sockets I picked up at this various places. So this one is a Cobalt 21 lug nut for both Toyotas I use, so I got an extra one. And then these two are some Japanese impact sockets I picked up at the swap meet. They don't have the modern day machining where it kind of rounds out the corners, so these might round off the bolts a little, but I've kept them. They look useful. They're duplicates. Japanese sockets in a Japanese car. Sounds fun, so I plan to use it one day. These are some SK rubber grommet spark plug sockets, 6-point deep and a swivel SK. I bought these for $20 to $30 each. I wish I didn't buy them, overpaid. I since got the Tekton retaining clip one that I used when I actually did my spark plug, so those didn't get used. They accidentally double shipped me the long one. And so I just kept those up in the tray. I'll reconfigure this and get rid of them once the Tekton tools finally come out of their drawer. But for right now, I'm just building all the Tekton tools in its own drawer. This is my old school Mastercraft spark plug socket, 12-point I've used for the last 20 years. It actually came with this toolbox I found on the side of the road with all the sockets scattered everywhere. Master Grip, I guess is the name. So it's got a nostalgia factor. I also picked up my Craftsman 3/8 ratchet during that highway roadside cleanup. So this was my first set of tools, and I'm very happy with it, and it inspired me to get this tool set I have now. So this is a recent purchase, Makita 1/4 inch impacts. I didn't have the regular size, I just had the deep impacts that I got from Sunex. So I got deep impact 1/4 inch Toyota sizes from Sunex, but these have the 6-point, and they had a magnet. I didn't realize that, but you know, they're helpful. They work. I like the magnet, but at the time of purchasing them, I didn't read the description properly. So I ended up with those. Very happy with the Makita ones, rounding out the supply. And then I got the chrome. I found to, you know, on top of the Toyota sizes, I did add some 13mm sockets in there because some of the bolts on my splash guard in my truck turned out to be, you know, I added some 13mm bolts. Some of the 12mm were missing. So just when I went to the hardware store to buy car undercarriage bolts, they were 13. So I added to the stock. I also got the impact 13mm here, 1/4 inch. So it's a size that comes up, and I wanted to make sure it's on my top shelf. So when I'm working, if I ever do roll this cart out to the car or truck, it's got hopefully everything I need right on the top shelf. And very happy with this setup. I think I purchased this cart used on Craigslist for $80. It's missing the top lid, which doesn't bother me. I'm in a garage, so I like it open all the time. It's unfortunate I don't get to use the magnets on the top lid, but I'm happy. This cart works perfect for me. Other than missing the lid, everything's perfect on it. I prefer another color than red, but you know, you're buying stuff on cheap on Craigslist, beggars can't be choosers. So this is a 3/8 swivel icon sockets. Goes from let's say 10mm to 19mm. Here I am doing some quick reorg, so I'm getting all the adapters, 3/4 inch to 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch to 3/8, all put on the right side, and hopefully I show the sizes of these 3/8 swivel impacts. I realize I don't have the deep swivel impacts. Probably gonna get those at a later time. You know, swivel sockets get pricey, so I'm eyeing some Koken chrome ones and some gray pneumatic impact ones I want to get. So I'm not sure, but these again are Toyota sizes: 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, 19, 22, 24, 21. I want to say the 3/8 go from 10 to 19, I think. Can't really read that, but somewhere in that range. So very, very happy with that. And then these are the 1/2 inch swivel impacts. I think they go from 12 here to 24. Again, just the Toyota sizes. So this organization method works for me. I'm sure it's not for everybody. Again, I'm DIY. I take my time. If I'm working on other people's cars that aren't Toyotas, I can still just go to the toolbox and dig through it and get what I need. But for the Toyota, I want everything within my fingertips reach. And so far, working out great. Use a few of these. Just doing general maintenance, brakes, oil changes. I'm about to do a fuel filter change sometime this week. Very happy with this cheap cart I got on Craigslist. And I hope to be making more videos throughout the week. I figured doing the whole cart would be excessive, so I'm just going to do the top layer in this video, and I'll do the 5 drawers in subsequent videos over the next few days. But very happy with this organization. I'm sure it will change over time. I'm just constantly fine-tuning it. As you can see, I just moved some of the adapters to the left, and to get all so there's a 21. I never used that for a lug nut, but I could. 19. And so now we're moving on to, so those 3/8 and 1/2 inch were all Icon. These 1/4 inch swivels are Sunex. I didn't realize it at the time, but they're magnetic and 12 point. In hindsight, I would have got 6 point non-magnetic, but again, the magnet really helps, and the 12 point sockets work great. Haven't had any issues with them running out bolts or anything, so I don't shy away from 12 point fastener, 12 point sockets at all. These are the various swivel adapters I have. I got 2 1/2 inch and 1 3/8. I ended up with 2 1/2 inches. I bought an open box with some other. These are my silicone US General work trays. I find incredibly helpful to organize parts when doing jobs. So I'm very happy with these. I'm lifting them out just to show there's nothing else in the cart. And that concludes this tool cart tour top level video.